All stand and remain standing until the conclusion of the reading of the proclamation. Ladies and gentlemen, the proclamation. All persons having any business before this honorable court now draw nigh, give your attendance, and you shall be heard.
Admission of lawyers. Mahmoud Al-Rifai.
May it please the court, I move that Mahmoud Al-Rifai be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Let Mahmoud Al-Rifai be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Baha Al-Kazem.
May it please the court, I move that Baha Al-Qasem be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Baha Al-Kazem be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Tara Louise Bone.
May it please this court, I move that Tara Louise Bone be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Tara Louise Bone be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Phoebe Brant Vickery.
May it please the court, I move that Phoebe Brant Vickery be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Phoebe Brant Vickery be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Daniel David Cater.
May it please the court, I move that Daniel David Cater be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Daniel David Cater be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Farah Chalak.
May it please the court, I move that Farah Chalak be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Farah Chalak be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Clarita Shalita.
May it please the court, I move that Clarita Chalita be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Clarita Chalita be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Muhammad Fazil Chima.
May it please the court, I move that Muhammad Fazil Shima be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Muhammad Fazil Chima be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Chai Wei Chen.
May it please the court, I move that Chi Wei Chen be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Chi Wei Chen be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Eli Chufati.
May it please the court, I move that Ellie Shahadi be moved as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Eli Chafati be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Philin Kamaya.
May it please the court, I move that Philin Kamaya be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Philin Kamaya be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Cheryl Das.
May it please the court, I move that Cheryl Das be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Cheryl Das be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Thomas Paul Drake.
May it please the court, I move that Thomas Paul Drake be admitted as a lawyer to this honourable court.
Let Thomas Paul Drake be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Lehigh Patariki Dudley.
May it please the court, I move that Lehigh Patariki Dudley be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Lehigh Patariki Dudley be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Mona Lisa Elbaz.
May it please the court, I move that Mona Lisa Elbaz be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Mona Lisa Elbaz be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
William Matthew Fitzallen.
May it please the court, I move that William Matthew Fitzallen be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let William Matthew Fitzallen be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Samantha Madison Franks.
May it please the court, I move that Samantha Madison Franks be admitted as a lawyer to this honourable court.
Let Samantha Madison Franks be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Lauren Gandor.
May it please the court, I move that Lauren Gandor be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Lauren Gandor be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Gabrielle Gollum.
May it please the court, I move that Gabrielle Gollum be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Gabrielle Gollum be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Susanna Rita Gillard.
May it please the court, I move that Susanna Rita Gillard be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Susanna Rita Gillard be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
William Barry John Green.
May it please the court, I move that William Barry John Green be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That William Barry John Green be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Laura Hawkins.
May it please the court, I move that Laura Hawkins be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Laura Hawkins be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Gilda Healy.
May it please the court, I move that Gilda Healy be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Gilda Healy be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Ned Matthew Hoswell.
May it please the court, I move that Ned Matthew Hoswell be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Ned Matthew Hoswell be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Ishika Manish Jain.
May it please the court, I move that Ishika Manish Jain be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Ishika Manish Jain be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Ting Ting Jiang.
May it please the court, I move that Ting Ting Jiang be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Ting Ting Jiang be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Chelsea Jovanovski.
May it please the court, I move that Chelsea Jovanovski be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Chelsea Jovanovski be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Narita Navin Khan.
May it please the court, I move that Narita Navin Khan be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Narita Navin Khan be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Anthony Cater.
May it please the court, I move that Anthony Cater be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Anthony Cater be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Philip Lucas Kiriakou.
May it please the court, I move that Philip Lucas Kiriakou be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Philip Lucas Kiriakou be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Daniel Lahoud.
May it please the court, I move that Daniel Lahoud be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Daniel Lahoud be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Kylie Lau.
May it please the court, I move that Kylie Lau be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Kylie Lau be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Sabrina Law.
May it please the court, I move that Sabrina Law be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Sabrina Law be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Yatmel Lee.
May it please the court, I move that Yatmel Lee be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Yatmel Lee be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Matthew Ling.
May it please the court, I move that Matthew Ling be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
I think there was another mover. Will you get?
May it please the court, I move that my brother Matthew Ling be admitted as a lawyer of this
Let Matthew Ling be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Yu Liu.
May it please the court, I move that my wife, Yu Liu, be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Yu Liu be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Daniel Paul Mackay Smith.
May it please the court, I move that Daniel Paul Mackay Smith be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Daniel Paul Mackay Smith be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
John James Jr. Mansaray.
May it please the court, I move that John James Jr. Mansari be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let John James Mansari be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Lachlan James McConnell.
May it please the court, I move that Lachlan James McConnell be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Lachlan James McConnell be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Pascali Emmanuel Maduri.
May it please the court, I move that Pascali Emmanuel Maduri be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Pascali Emmanuel Maduri be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Anujan Nagan Diram.
May it please the court, I move that Anujan Nagendiram be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Anujan Nagandiram be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
James William Officer.
May it please the court, I move that James William Officer be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let James William Officer be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Melis Ozaka.
May it please the court, I move that Melis Ozaka be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Melis Ozaka be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Prabashni Padayachi Naidu.
May it please the court, I move that Prabhashni Padachi Naidu be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Prabashni Padachi Naidu be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Ava Dawn Pericone.
May it please the court. I move that Ava Dawn Perricone be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Ava Dawn Perricone be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Wager Koo.
May it please the court, I move that Wei Jia Chu be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Wei Jia Qiu be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Amir Aldin Rebahi.
May it please the court, I move that Amir Aldin Rebahi be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Amir Aldain Rabai be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Christina Simone Rich.
May it please the court, I move that Christina Simone Rich be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Christina Simone Rich be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Patrick David Robinson.
May it please the court, I move that Patrick David Robinson be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Patrick David Robinson be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Jason Geisiel Rodriguez.
May it please the court, I move that Jason Rodriguez be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Jason Gaziel Rodriguez be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Lucy Therese Shepherd.
May it please the court, I move that Lucy Therese Shepherd be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Lucy Therese Shepherd be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Simone Locke Jelsma.
May it please the court, I move that Simone Lockie Yelsma be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Simone Lockie Jelsma be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Maretta Sletbank.
May it please the court, I move that Maretta Sletback be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Maretta Sletback be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Sean Odelia Tan.
May it please the court, I move that Sean Odelia Tan be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Sean Adelia Tan be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Dion Roble Testore.
May it please the court, I move that Dion Roble Testore be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Dion Roble Testore be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Jacqueline Eva Tho.
May it please the court, I move that Jacqueline Eva Tho be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Jacqueline Eva Tho be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
James David Kenneth Toogood.
May it please the court, I move that James David Kenneth Toogood be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let James David Kenneth Toogood be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Brooke Renee Toomey.
May it please the court, I move that Brooke Renee Toomey be admitted as the lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Brooke Renee Toomey be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
David Tran.
May it please the court, I move that David Tran be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let David Tran be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Gregory John Travers.
May it please the court, I move that Gregory John Travers be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Gregory John Travers be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Catherine Louise Vidler.
May it please the court, I move that Catherine Louise Vidler be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Catherine Louise Vidler be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Zai Wang.
May it please the court, I move that Zai Wang be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Zai Wang be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Juan Yun.
May it please the court, I move that my brother Juan Yun be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Juan Yun be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Shi Yao Zhu.
May it please the court, I move that Shi Yao Zhu be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Shi Yao Zhu be admitted as a lawyer of this court. Will now be necessary for those whose admission has just been moved to, as and when directed, stand for the purposes of swearing an oath or making a declaration. So please stand as directed by our officiating officer.
Could the first two rows on my right please stand? Mahmoud Al-Rife, Baha Al-Qasim, Tara Louise Bone, Phoebe Brant Vickery, Daniel David Cater, Farah Shalak, Clarita Shalita, Muhammad Fazil Chima, Chiwei Chen, Ellie Shafati, Philin Komaya, Cheryl Das, Thomas Paul Drake, Lehigh Pasariki Dudley, Mona Lisa Elbaz, and William Matthew Fitzallen. Do you severally swear or declare and affirm that you will truly and honestly conduct yourselves in the practice of a lawyer of the Supreme Court of New South Wales, and that you will faithfully serve as such in the administration of the laws and usages of this state according to the best of your knowledge, skill, and ability? Would you please say, "So help me God," or "I do"? Thank you. Please sit down. And could rows 3 and 4 on my right please stand? Samantha Madison Franks, Lauren Gandor, Gabrielle Gollum, Susanna Rita Gillard, William Barry John Green, Laura Hawkins, Gilda Healy, Ned Matthew Hoswell, Ishika Manish Jain, Ting Ting Jang, Chelsea Jovanovski, Narita Navan Khan, Anthony Cater, Philip Lucas Kiriakou, Daniel Lahoud, Kylie Law, Sabrina Law, Yatmel Lee, Matthew Ling, Yu Liu, and Daniel Paul Mackay Smith. Do you severally swear or declare and affirm that you will truly and honestly conduct yourselves in the practice of a lawyer of the Supreme Court of New South Wales, and that you will faithfully serve as such in the administration of the laws and usages of this state according to the best of your knowledge, skill, and ability? Would you please say, "So help me God," or "I do"? Thank you. Please sit down. And could the row in front of me please stand? John James Jr. Mansoray, Lachlan James McConnell, Pascali Emmanuel Maduri, Anujan Nagandiram, James William Officer, Melis Ozaka, Prabhashni Padayachi Naidu, Ava Dawn Periconi, Weiju Chu, Amir Aldin Rebehi, Christina Simone Rich, Patrick David Robinson, Jason Gaziel Rodriguez, Lucy Therese Shepherd. Do you severally swear or declare and affirm that you will truly and honestly conduct yourselves in the practice of a lawyer of the Supreme Court of New South Wales, and that you will faithfully serve as such in the administration of the laws and usages of this state according to the best of your knowledge, skill, and ability? Would you please say, "So help me God," or "I do"?
So help me God.
Thank you. Please sit down. And could the 2 rows on my left please stand? Simone Lockie Gelsma, Maretta Sletbank, Sean Odelia Tan, Dion Rabaya Testore, Jacqueline Eva Foe, James David Kenneth Toogood, Brooke Renee Toomey, David Tran, Gregory John Travers, Catherine Louise Beidler, Ziyi Wang, Ju An Yun, and Shi Yao Zhu. Do you severally swear or declare and affirm that you will truly and honestly conduct yourselves in the practice of a lawyer of the Supreme Court of New South Wales, and that you will faithfully serve as such in the administration of the laws and usages of this state according to the best of your knowledge, skill, and ability? Would you please say, "So help me God," or "I do"?
So help me God.
Thank you. Please sit down.
Well, may I warmly welcome you all to this, the Banco Court, the ceremonial court of the Supreme Court of New South Wales. Present with me on the bench this morning, to my right is Justice Mitchelmore, a Judge of Appeal, and to my left, Justice McGrath, a Judge of the Equity Division of this court. Together, we constitute the court that has, in the exercise of its jurisdiction, admitted you to practice this morning. And we have done so in a court which rests on the land which the Gadigal of the Eora Nation have cared and been custodians for thousands of years, and the court pays its sincere respects to elders past and present and extends those respects to all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people. I also acknowledge sitting with us on the bench this morning is Judge Robert Sutherland of the District Court of New South Wales, and delighted that he's able to sit with us this morning. Well, to all of the newly admitted lawyers, welcome to the legal profession. Today is one for celebration. We up here know how hard you have all had to work to reach this important milestone. I also welcome your friends and family whose support will have been invaluable on your journey thus far. For many of them, the endurance of your finely polished or developing skills of argument and persuasion may now be at an end, or maybe not. But whatever be the case, I'm sure that they are immensely proud of you, and I encourage you to take time to thank them today. Depending on how good an advocate you are, you might even convince them to shout you along and civilised lunch or dinner to celebrate. Well, this is an old court, the Supreme Court of New South Wales, which last year celebrated its bicentenary. This makes it, you may be surprised to learn, one of the oldest continuing common law courts in the world. But the custom which you have just followed, namely swearing an oath or making an affirmation on admission to practice, dates back as far as the 12th century. And it's not just a quaint tradition. It is a public undertaking by each of you in the presence of your friends, family, peers, and senior judges of this court to truly and honestly conduct yourself in the practice of a lawyer of the Supreme Court of New South Wales, and faithfully to serve as such in the administration of the laws and usages of this state. The law touches every part of our society, and it can and will lead you all in many different directions and career paths. But in whatever direction you head, you must always remember that the oath or affirmation you have just publicly made is a serious one and deserves solemn regard. So whether you work in private practice, at the bar, in a community legal centre, a Crown Law Office, the Aboriginal Legal Service, for legal aid, or a government department or agency, or indeed in an entirely different field, you should be known always for your honesty, your integrity, and your commitment to justice, and must strive at all times to uphold these cardinal values. Admission to this court is a privilege and not a right, and is contingent upon continuing adherence to your oath or affirmation. Now, you'll see from the portraits of former Chief Justices which hang on the walls of this court, all of whom over the last 200 years have conducted such admission ceremonies as this. But you'll see from their portraits that we are wearing the same robes, in some cases literally, as have been worn by our predecessors. You may be wondering why, after 200 years, we still wear these robes on ceremonial occasions. I can tell you it's not because they're particularly comfortable, still less are they a striking fashion statement. But we do continue to wear them on important ceremonial occasions such as this because symbolically they serve to highlight the continuity of the rule of law in New South Wales, although importantly the judges wearing the robes are now drawn from an increasingly diverse pool. Some 43% of all judicial officers in New South Wales are now female, and women make up more than 2/3 of solicitors under the age of 35. And the presidents of the New South Wales Bar Association and the Law Society of New South Wales are distinguished female practitioners. So the composition of the bench and the profession is radically different from the time I commenced practice. It has been an extremely salutary change. Our robes also serve symbolically to differentiate the judiciary from the other arms of government, the legislature and the executive. We are seeing on a daily basis from events abroad how important that separation of powers is and how important courts are in supervising the lawful exercise of state power. We're fortunate to live in a country where our Commonwealth, state and local governments respect the rulings of the courts, even if those rulings are politically inconvenient or critical of executive government. As to the importance of continuity of the rule of law to which I referred, I make the observation that in a world in which there is much global uncertainty, insecurity, and challenges to what we have come to accept as conventional norms, the rule of law is more important than ever, and not simply an academic construct or a phrase of some mere theoretical import. At its simplest, the rule of law is the opposite of the arbitrary abuse of power and the rule of autocratic dictators and populists. Now, notwithstanding the formality and tradition attending this ceremony, the life of the law is dynamic. Not everything in the legal profession remains unchanging. The pandemic prompted a radical shift in the use of technology in our courtrooms, and the advent of Gen AI brings with it both opportunities and challenges, including within the legal profession and the work of the courts. Lawyers must, however, remain critical and independent thinkers. And while the increased use of technology offers a number of advantages, it's my firm view that the practice of the law has human nature and human interaction at its core. An essential part of being a good lawyer is understanding people, how others react to different situations, perform under pressure, and deal with each other. This is seen in our courts every day, including in the criminal law, domestic violence cases, family law, battles over wills, probate, and indeed in much commercial law. An individual who is in need of your services as a lawyer will, in many cases, be an individual facing some kind of great personal challenge or crisis affecting his or her liberty, property, personal well-being, status, health, family position, or financial position. There's therefore a need to deliver legal services not only competently, of course, but always with courtesy, integrity, and sensitivity to the circumstances of the matter. And that requires a human being with emotional and not artificial intelligence. The need for human engagement by lawyers with those needing legal assistance is also a powerful reason why there should be strong representation of lawyers from the many different backgrounds which comprise our cosmopolitan community here in New South Wales. And that very much includes Indigenous lawyers. Diversity is a concept that is subject to attack in some quarters around the globe, but diverse representation amongst solicitors, advocates, and judges assists in ensuring that all people who become involved in our justice system can, and feel that they can, be properly heard and fairly engaged with by a system reflective of our broader community and a judiciary educated in and sensitive to the many different cultural strands which contribute to the rich fabric of our society. The admissions ceremonies on which I have sat since becoming a judge some 6.5 years ago, including this ceremony, highlight that there is a far greater diversity of background amongst junior lawyers than when I commenced practice. That is a very good thing, and leaders of the profession and the courts are working hard to foster inclusiveness and diversity. That in turn builds trust in and respect for the judiciary, for the legal profession, and ultimately for the rule of law. Now let me offer a little bit of professional and personal advice. As a lawyer, you will often need to make difficult ethical decisions. You must use the tools you have developed to think critically and not compromise on your fundamental duties to the court and to the administration of justice. At various points of your career, you may make mistakes, some minor, some more serious. If we're honest with ourselves, we all make mistakes from time to time, especially starting off on something new. If and when you do make mistakes, your commitment to honesty, integrity, and the administration of justice means that you must take responsibility, correct what you can, and learn from those errors. One mistake which I advise young lawyers to strive to avoid making is the mistake of giving your clients the advice you think they want to hear. I can tell you now that that will almost certainly not be good advice, and they will not welcome it in the long run when the true picture emerges. As a lawyer, you must be dispassionate and frank and candid in your advice as to your clients' rights and obligations. That is your role. Aspects of the law, especially if you're involved in the litigation side of practice, can be confrontational. But the practice of law is stressful and demanding enough without personal antagonism between practitioners adding to the load, as it regrettably sometimes does. So that it's essential that you maintain your detachment, balance, and good humour when dealing with your colleagues, including those with whom you negotiate or against whom you litigate, remembering at all times that you are now members of a profession and not a business. There is a fundamental and important distinction between the two, which you must never lose sight of. Another thing you should remember is that the best advocates can and do make their point simply and succinctly. Often, less is more. Some of the most experienced lawyers and judges could also do with a reminder of that from time to time, and I don't wholly exclude myself from that observation. The reality is that for a non-lawyer, the law will often be incomprehensible or difficult to understand, and our ever-expanding statute books are both complex and prolix. One of your roles as a lawyer will be to make the law accessible to others. So, as I say, strive to be clear and concise at all times, both in your written advices and in your oral advice. To do so facilitates access to justice, which is such an important goal in a functioning democracy. In the practice of the law, your physical and mental health are also both extremely important, something we are far more attuned to these days than some decades ago. There may, and I dare say will be, times when you feel a little overwhelmed, burnt out or distressed. Legal practice can be all-consuming and physically and mentally taxing. Now, that's often because it's in the nature of diligent lawyers to want to go the extra mile to make sure a case is fully prepared, and advice is comprehensive, that no stone is left unturned, and all of that is admirable, but it can be, as I say, can become all-consuming and physically and mentally taxing, so that you work hard to keep your balance and keep your eye out to ensure that your colleagues do so as well. If you do get overwhelmed by it, as frankly we all have from time to time, try and take a step back and recapture some perspective. Also know and remember that the law is a highly collegiate profession. In this context, I'm going to call on two representatives, one from the New South Wales Bar and one from the Law Society of New South Wales, to offer a few words of welcome and congratulations. Ms Anderson, do you move?
May it please the Court. My name is Brianna Anderson and I've been practising at the Bar for 4 years, predominantly in commercial and construction law. On behalf of the New South Wales Bar Association, I welcome you to the legal profession. The legal profession is an old profession based on precedent and the rule of law, while also being a profession that grows and develops to adapt to new practices and technology, and importantly to society's values as they change over time. For several decades now, the composition of lawyers and barristers in New South Wales has changed to better reflect the community. The Bar today is a welcoming place for people of all genders and backgrounds. I personally love the challenge of the law, and at the Bar, every day is different. Whilst the law might be old, it is continually changing, meaning that I'm learning every day. I enjoy working with a variety of people, including individuals and companies, and appearing in various jurisdictions. Coming to the Bar is not something that I ever thought that I would do. However, without giving it too much thought at the time, my journey to the Bar actually started on the day that I was admitted. My parents and I arrived a bit early, so we stopped in to have a coffee at Bean Bar, just outside. There were no tables available, so my dad asked a gentleman who was sitting on his own whether we could share his table. He agreed, and we had a brief conversation with him, but one that I've remembered to this day. He was a barrister in his first 5 years at the Bar, just like me, and he was also in the New Barristers Committee, just like me. And he said he was passionate about trying to encourage young lawyers, particularly women, to join the Bar. Whilst I quietly smiled and nodded, internally I rebuffed the suggestion, thinking that I was not good enough or smart enough. However, here I am standing before you today representing the Bar Association. That day, the day of my admission, the little seed was planted in my mind. It took me a few years to realise that maybe it was something I wanted to do, and it took me a while to learn that the Bar is far more diverse than I had perceived as a junior lawyer. Since coming to the Bar, I've never looked back, and I've never forgotten that fateful encounter at Bean Bar. If you are interested in coming to the Bar, you can contact the New South Wales Bar Association or have a look at its website, and each year there is a Career at the Bar open day. In your first year of practice as a reader, you receive particular assistance from 2 barristers of at least 7 years seniority, who will meet with you weekly to review your work and teach you practical skills. But the support you will receive is not limited to those 2 barristers. The bar is renowned for its collegiality, especially in chambers. There is an open door policy and it is adopted by all. There are also opportunities to become involved in the work of the New South Wales Bar Association, which is the professional body that supports barristers and has a range of committees, including the New Barristers Committee, which organises social and educational functions for 0 to 5 year barristers. The Diversity and Equality Committee, which promotes one of the key strategic goals of the New South Wales Bar Association to attract the best people to become barristers, regardless of their race, religion, gender, parental status, or sexual orientation. Whether as a lawyer or a barrister, I encourage you to get involved in the Law Society or the Bar Association and to use your skills to assist your community. It is a rewarding experience to practice in connection with others in your profession. Perhaps today, the day of your admission, this is the seed planted in your mind like it was in mine almost 10 years ago. Perhaps it is not something that you think you will ever do. I didn't. But don't close your mind to the idea of joining the bar. It is a fantastic and rewarding profession. Once again, on behalf of the New South Wales Bar Association, I welcome you to the legal profession and I congratulate you on your admission today as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Mr. Breckenridge, on behalf of the Law Society.
May it please the court. My name is Robert Breckenridge, and not so long ago, I stood where you are standing today. And what a day it is. You are here being admitted to the Supreme Court roll as the final step at the end of a long and arduous journey. You should all feel immensely proud of what you have achieved thus far. When I embarked on my career as a solicitor, I had no real idea of what to expect. It was not always easy. Often it was overwhelming. But as I stand here today, after 10 years as a solicitor and 6 years working as a police prosecutor with the New South Wales Police Force, I can tell you I've learned a thing or two. One of the most important things I've learned is the importance of belonging to a profession. The legal profession is an increasingly large and diverse community, and one to which you all now belong. The Law Society of New South Wales is the home of that community, with our 30,000 members flung far and wide across the state. We are bound by our shared duties, our commitment to continuous learning, our desire to connect, and our drive to give back to our communities and uphold the rule of law. As an early career lawyer, belonging to a strong network of peers is crucial. That is why I have been part of the Law Society of New South Wales and New South Wales Young Lawyers for 7 years. Here I have found friendship, inspiration, guidance, and support when I needed it most, as well as opportunities to advocate and join committees. By joining the Law Society and New South Wales Young Lawyers, you will gain access to professional support, conferences and events, a wide range of publications, professional development opportunities, mentoring, volunteer opportunities, and so much more. We encourage you to visit the Law Society website for upcoming events, such as our flagship Welcome to the Profession event, which provides you with an opportunity to celebrate this significant achievement alongside your peers and other members of the profession, and learn more about your next steps as you commence your legal career. The role of the Law Society is to ensure that you, as a newly minted solicitor, can thrive and succeed in your new profession. So again, congratulations to you all. Look us up or speak to your employer. We look forward to welcoming you into the Law Society community.
Well, can I say this to you all in closing? The law is a wonderful profession, stimulating, challenging and satisfying, and it's populated by intelligent, committed and dynamic people such as yourselves. You should be proud to be a lawyer, proud of your achievements to date, and proud of the profession you have just joined. It is a very important profession that underpins stability and cohesion in our community, and you are now a very important part of that very important profession. So work hard, take pride in your work, look out for your colleagues, contribute to your community, and don't take yourself too seriously. We wish you all the very best of luck on the exciting journey that lies ahead and a full and rewarding career. So on behalf of Justice Mitchelmore, Justice McGrath, and all of our colleagues on the Supreme Court, I once again congratulate you on your admission and welcome you to the legal profession. The court will now adjourn.
All stand. This honourable court is now adjourned.